officially summer now, and as we settle in and spend more time relaxing and enjoying quality time with friends and loved ones, it's also important to remember to keep an eye on our purpose.
Yes, it is. And here to lead the discussion is award-winning author, writing coach, and speaker, Stacy Hawkins Adams. Great to have you join us.
Good morning.
We had a great little chat before we got you in here officially. And so if you say stay on purpose, and I'm thinking I'm going on vacation.
Right.
I have a whole different purpose when that's happening. So how do we do both, I guess would be the question.
Well, how do you do both? I think part of it is thinking about the vision for your year, because we're into summer. Another month we'll be halfway through 2024, that 6-month mark. And so you pause and you think about, wow, we're halfway through this year. What do I want to do? What do I want the end of this year to look like? So while you're lying on the beach, if you go in the morning while you're watching the sunrise, think about what you want the end of this year to be like. Take a book, take a journal, write. If you've already started journaling for the year, review what you've written, review your purpose, review your vision for the year, and the things that you said you want to accomplish. And I even say, like, building in fun. Like, I'm going to be teaching at a couple of writers conferences this summer in New York and in Atlanta. Well, we'll have folks coming to those conferences. So those are people who want to write books. And so even though they're going to be traveling, building in some fun, being, foodies probably, checking out the area, they're also going to be working on their purpose because they're coming to hone their writing. So whatever you're passionate about, what are those things you can do over the summer while you're having fun to make sure you're touching those areas as well.
And even if your purpose is relaxing, you can make that your purpose, right?
That's your purpose. And a lot of times people say to me all the time that I'm busy, and I'm like, no, you're looking at my highlight reel on social media. I spend quite a bit of time relaxing, looking at Netflix, and going to the beach like everyone else. But I do think we need to build in those purposeful times for rest, because rest can be resistance in some ways to a busy culture, but rest is also a time to renew and allow yourself to dream and to just say, you know what, in this season of pause, what really makes me happy, what fills my tank, what fuels me, and once you're filled, then you're able to get back out more fully.
Stacey, I saw a story this past weekend about how Americans take the least vacation of any culture anywhere. And I was thinking, well, I don't understand. In the years that have led up to today, when people started taking their laptops on vacation, and they're like,
right.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I don't do that. I'll take the phone, of course, because
right.
we can't breathe without the phone. But it stays in the room, and unless I'm using it for tunes on the beach, that's its purpose. But there are people that just can't seem to put it down.
Yeah, I think there's some cultures, some company cultures even, that say when you're away, stay attached. So I think there's the pressure in American
luck on that.
society.
That's not happening.
American society. But truly, when you take the time to recharge, I've been a fan for a long time of we need to have 4-day weeks and 3-day weekends.
And
you think about,
I like that.
When we have those long weekends, don't you come back more recharged on that following Monday or whatever the day is? So I'm like, I do believe we need to take that time to rest, because it really does allow your brain, your body to like I said a few moments ago, rest and refuel and really kind of think about, who am I? Who do I want to be? Am I on the journey to a better life? Because, when we get to the end of the year, whatever our journey is, we want to have those moments, those wonderful memories where we have relaxed and rested, but also those memories of where we've done the hard things and fulfilled our purpose. So how do you balance the two? And I feel like summer is a good time to do both, because you're not necessarily making it happen, but you're thinking about it and planning for the next half of that year and how you want that to unfold.
So, I've always been, the phrase, a grinder comes to mind, It's like, work, 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 work. But when it's time to stop, I attack that stopping.
I applaud you for that.
Yeah, but not everybody's able to do that. And are you able to help people kind of back off a little bit?
That's a good point, because I think what you're saying is I'm talking purpose, you're talking purpose as well. It's purposeful relaxation. It almost takes the courage to back away. That's what you're describing. If we are the person that's plugged in, we're connected to our phones, our laptops, we think we need to check in with the office. It does take the courage to say, my friends and my colleagues at work have it. I can step away for 4, 6, 8 days. take a trip of a lifetime. I have a colleague who's going to Kenya for 1 month. She's unplugging July 4th. We won't see her till August 4th. And we've all said, if we hear from you, we're not answering, because that's a trip of a lifetime.
Right.
Yeah, good.
To truly enjoy that.
Yeah.
So I think it may take exercising that courage muscle to say, I'm going to step away and allow myself to read a book or watch a funny movie or just spend time laughing with the family, playing games, having conversations. I had a funny conversation with my 2 young adult kids a couple of weeks ago. They were like, Mom, what did you do before we had GPS? And I had to stop and think. I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, you're making me feel anxious and old. But that took us down a path of laughing about MapQuest. Well, then there were things called maps, and then we started talking about the library card catalog. So for them, it was a journey through history, but really it was a time for us to connect and laugh and just talk about generationally what our family has experienced.
Well, and I love that you touched on the courage, because I think that there is a fear if you disconnect that somehow there's going to be a blowback. But I guess it sounds like you've been really meaningful in your conversations to say, hey, let's have this conversation before I go.
Yes.
And just say, I'm not going to be plugged in while I'm away. And I need everybody to be okay with that. And I think that's a great conversation to have. And we should all be having that, right?
And you can plan for it.
Yes.
So if you know, especially if it's a culture where things have to keep moving, where most companies are like that, I'm going to be away this time. Who's going to be my backup? What can I complete before I go? What can we save until I get back? So you can have those conversations, constructive conversations, so that everyone feels comfortable with you doing it. And then you're modeling it for others. And so then as that spreads and even your friends or family begin to model that time away, again, purposeful unplugging, but you're still thinking about your purpose and your vision while you're away doing that, because you just get to enjoy yourself and get to know yourself better in those spaces as well.
Absolutely. The card catalog conversation, you probably had to get drawings to explain all. Thank you so much for helping us again this morning. Always good to see you. Stacy, we look forward to the next time when we see you again soon.
Yes, and each week, Stacy Hawkins Adams sends out Motivational Monday inspiration by email. If you want more information on how you can subscribe, just visit stacyhawkinsadams.com.
There's much more in store for you to enjoy when Virginia This Morning returns.